Hi, hi Obang, welcome. Let's tap the screen and share the live. Hi Mikey, Ntlaka, welcome. Welcome ST user 916, welcome. Yundi, welcome. Let's like the live MM31, Presh, welcome. Let's tap the screen and share the live. Gilo says, I've been so curious about it and stopped everything I was doing for it. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ponto, welcome. Francis, welcome. Let's tap the screen and share the live. 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 John, welcome. Tap the screen and share the live. Let's tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen and share the live. We want to start exactly 10 past. Tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen and share the live. Welcome, 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 welcome. Letty, welcome. Tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen. Tap the screen and share the live. Professor Talent, welcome. Welcome, good people. Welcome, Mango. Tap the screen and share the live. We have 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes to start. Let's share the live. Let's invite our friends and our classmates. Tap the screen and share the live. So far, we only have 620 likes, guys. Bosinda, Amanda, welcome, guys. Zainab, welcome. Where are you watching us from? Please click where are you watching us from? Where are you watching us from? Where are you watching us from? Tap the screen. Mauritius. Zainab is in Mauritius. Gilo is in Ethiopia. Thank you. So far we have Mauritius and Ethiopia in the house. Professor Talent is in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is in the house. Gauta is in SA. Thank you. Pretoria, Pretoria. Sierra Leone, South Africa, Nigeria. Wow. Northwest, Mpumalanga, Harare. Tap the screen and share the live as you type. Botswana. Wow. Africa is well represented here. Ghana is in the house. Tap the screen and share the live. Moloi, welcome. Kwesi, welcome. Selling affordable homes, welcome. Nomafu, thank you for the rose. God bless you. Theo, I see you. Manzoke, Nanziweyo, I see you. Vumo, I see you. Tap the screen and share the live. Wow, Nomafu, thank you for that heart me. God bless you. Tap the screen and share the live. Cape Town. Wow. Lamasondo with a rose. Thank you. God bless you. Cape Town in the house. You are what you think. We are talking about how to write the methodology chapter. And we are well known on this channel for simplifying research. So we are not going to be using big jargon. We are not going to be technical. If you are here for the first time, Jabulo Lutando, welcome. Northwest South Africa, thank you. Pretoria West, Evening, doctor. Good evening. Paula, how are you? Queen, how are you? How is the Queen today? Thank you, guys. Tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. We start exactly in 2 minutes from now. God bless you all. Tap the screen, share the live. Share to your classmates. Share to your friends. Ruta, thank you so much. Good evening. Where are you watching us from? Oh, Uganda. User 9161 is in Uganda. Uganda is in the house. Zainab says, can you also tackle methodology for SLR paper? We are not going to be very specific like that, but I'm sure you're going to benefit from what we are going to talk about. Ruta is in Ethiopia. Beautiful. And Lamasondo is a Swazi, but in Taiwan. Wow, Taiwan is in the house. Swaziland stroke Taiwan in the house. Beautiful stuff. Others, where are you watching us from, guys? We are here to simplify research, right? Paula, good, thanks. Doctor, surviving under God's grace. Cannot wait for today's session. Beautiful. Thank you for coming through. We left it with 1 minute. Namibia, Caramel, thank you. Malawi is in the house. King K, thank you. Tap the screen and share the live. Enjabulo KZN, Kwadukuza, thank you. Weep, Ethiopia. Wow. Professor Eman, you're welcome. Link, you're welcome. Pab, you're welcome. Here we laugh, ne? Here we enjoy life. Lutando, Johannesburg. Michelle, evening say watching from Zimbabwe. Beautiful. How is Zimbabwe today? Is it raining? John from Kenya. How is Kenya today? Is it hot? Is it raining? Watching from Cameroon. Lavette, thank you. John, I missed the 2 sessions. Oh my God. We will share the links to the YouTube channel so that you can watch them. Today I feel like talking like a DJ. You become what you think. Thank you so much. Beautiful stuff. Right. So there we go. We are starting right away and we are talking about how to write the methodology wherever you are, whether you are an undergrad, you are a master's, you are an honors, you are PhD, you're welcome. D is watching from Germany. Germany is in the house, good people. Also share this one, doctor, to the YouTube. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Thank you, good people. So without any further ado, let's move into it. So, methodology. I've said before that methodology is the engine of your study. Methodology is the engine of your study. When the engine is no longer functioning properly, then the study or the car has big problems. Doesn't matter the types of tires that you put there, it will not work. So, let's look at part 1. I hope you have your notes. Keep tapping, keep sharing the screen, keep enjoying. Oh yes, we are allowed to clap hands. My God. Right, so part 1, the why. The why. Why? That's part 1. Why? Why? More than just a chapter. You are writing methodology chapter. We want the why aspect. So let's be real. Many see methodology chapter as boring. They just see it as some technical jargon that has to be written. And I don't blame you. It's because these things, we are just learning them in varsity. We're just meeting them in tertiary. How I am praying that the authorities that be will hear this in every country. We want research to be taught right from primary school. If possible, let it start from kindergarten. We don't want this shock. You get to varsity, you hear research. The way people are failing research, particularly the methodology chapter, is very scary. But guess what? We are here to simplify it. We are here to demystify it tonight. So your methodology is your research contract. Research contract. Your methodology is the what? The research contract. You know why I'm saying research should start from kindergarten? Have you seen how many of us have had heartbreaks because we didn't understand how to research? We just fall into relationships. We fall into love, as they call it in English, falling in love. Falling in love. And for sure we fall, like falling big time. We come out of it with heartbreak because there is no research. You want to start a business and then you are advised, do a research first. How do you feel about it? You're like, why should I remember talking to one of my mentees. I told him, look, you need to carry out a study before you start your business. And he was angry with me. He said, why will I waste time and do research while others are already making money? I said, oh, really? Go and make the money. Go and make the money. He didn't want to waste time with research. Why? Because he doesn't understand the importance of research. Research is everywhere. Before you fall in love, before you get in love with someone, you need to do your research. Before, okay, fine, now you are in love. Before you get married, before you say, I do. You also need to what? To do your research. Business, you do your research. Everything, you do your research. As you do your research, we want the why part. We want the methodology. Can we trust what you did to get those results? That is for a thesis. And for the proposal, can we trust what you want to do and how you want to do it? Okay? So the methodology is your research contract. It's where you say, this is exactly how I found what I found. For the thesis, you are saying, this is exactly how I found what I found. If it is a proposal, you are saying, this is exactly how I will find what I want to find. Zekete says, we eat, walk, talk about research in daily life. Thank you. Most of our problems in life are because of lack of research. Have you ever found yourself in a job that was so toxic? It's because you didn't do your research. It's because you didn't do your research. You just rushed. You say, thank you, Jesus. I've gotten a new job. Methodology is about your credibility. Please type in the comment section, credibility. It's about your credibility. If I tell you a study from the University of Botswana, this is just an example, right? If I were to tell you that there is a study that was done at the University of Botswana, and it found that 70% of small-scale farmers in the Kalahari are using mobile apps for weather forecasts, you would believe it, right? Thank you for typing credibility. You would really believe me. Let me repeat it just in case you miss it. So let's say I just stand here and I say, I carried out a study, or a study was carried out. Likona says, now you are talking about me. I didn't do my research. Now I'm stuck in this job. True. You are not alone. I was once stuck in a very serious job until all of us were chased away. Osu, thank you. Thank you for the rose. We're chased away. We asked the managing director, 14 of us fired. Why did you fire us? He said, it's my company. I do what I want. I just want new people. If I had done my research, I would have known this guy before I even joined that place. But it's part of life. You know, sometimes we learn from our mistakes. So, a study. Gilo, thank you for the rose. Also, thanks for more roses. God bless you. 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 Wow, 12 roses, guys. Can you imagine? Thank you, also research. God bless you. So a study from the University of Botswana found that 70% of small-scale farmers in the Kalahari are using mobile apps for weather forecasts. This is just a fictional story, okay? You will really believe it because I'm telling you the figures, 70%, Kalahari, You are happy, right? But what if I did not tell you they only interviewed 5 farmers? 5 farmers from one village. Would you still trust that study? Answer me in the comment section. Would you still trust that study? When I mentioned 70%, you're like, wow. Then when I tell you no, actually, you see everybody is writing no. Now you can't trust the study. Why? Because I'm giving you more information about the methodology. So knowing the figures is not enough. Knowing the findings is not enough. We want to know, how was it done? Everybody's saying no. You see, so you want to make your story clear. How did you do it? The moment you hear that, this study was just interviews for 5 farmers, but the report is saying that 70% of small-scale farmers in the Kalahari is a big area, but they just interviewed 5 farmers, where in one village, now you are generalizing that the whole of Kalahari. Come on. What are we questioning? We are questioning the methodology. You get my point? Now, globally, one of the top reasons academic papers get rejected is either a weak or unclear methodology. Methodology is a big thing. I see that whether it's undergrad, honors, masters, or doctoral, many people pay attention to literature review. But when it comes to methodology, they just quickly move through it, not realizing that they are passing quickly through the most important area. I'm not saying literature chapter is not important, but the methodology is very crucial. Because obviously, I mean, literature chapter, you can tell us what others have found out, what they have said. That's fine. Please remember to tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen, like, share the live, tap the screen, like, share the, yeah? Okay? Your methodology matters. So that was part 1, the why. Let's move on to part 2. Part 2, the core structure. Part 2 is what? The core structure. Now, I'm going to give you a 5-step foundation. It's like a framework of some sort. Framework. Call it the Wilbert framework. We want to look at this sort of framework. Thank you, Dr. Kumalo, for reposting. I appreciate that. Part 2 is the core structure. C-O-R-E, core structure. Your 5-step foundation. Let's run with it. Now, think of writing methodology like telling a very precise story. You know I love stories. I'm a professional speaker. And as professional speakers, one of the things that we do is we use stories. Also, thank you. Thank you for the heart me. God bless you. We use stories. So when you are writing your methodology, it's like you are telling a story, but the story must be precise. And I'm going to show you. Wisdom, thank you for the rose. I'm going to show you by this 5-step foundation or this 5-step framework how you can easily share your methodology in a way that will cause the reader to want to read more. Okay? Step 1. I hope you're writing your notes. Step 1, the research design. Now, if you are new, you will wonder, are we talking methodology here without big terms? We don't want big terms here. If a child can understand what we are saying here, then I have failed. If you have read all my books, my checklists, my guides, you will see they are very, very simple. Whether it's my books on financial literacy, my books on business, my books on marriage, on relationships, on research, they are simplified, and that's the name of the game. So this is the 5-step foundation. We say step number 1, the research design, the big picture. This is your overall strategy. This is your what? Your overall strategy. This is where we want you to tell us, are you doing a qualitative study? Are you doing a quantitative study? Or are you doing a mixture of both? Is it a mixed study? In other words, you are giving us the big picture. That's where it begins. Now let's look at a practical story. Imagine you are at the University of KwaZulu-Natal and you are exploring the impact of load shedding on small businesses in Durban. A qualitative design might mean in-depth interviews with shop owners in Warwick Junction, hearing their struggles in their own words. Do you see that? That's qualitative. You want to hear these business people, so you interview them. Then a quantitative design might be a structured survey of 500 business owners across the city, measuring exact hours of power loss versus revenue drop. That's quantitative. A mixed methods design, you do the survey first, then follow up with interviews to give voice to the numbers that you got in the quantitative study. So in other words, you are choosing your lens. For one person, they say, I just want to interview 10, 15, 20. Of course, you must be able to justify. Pardon, I need to catch the example for qualitative design. Okay, so the example for qualitative design, I was saying, you might decide to do an in-depth interview, okay, with shop owners. For argument's sake, in a place called Warwick Junction. So you want to hear the struggles of these business owners, these shop owners. So you talk to them one-on-one. And now because you are doing that, you can't talk to 100 of them. It's too much. You can't talk to 200 or 500 because you want to understand the why and the how and the what. That's qualitative. But another person will say, I'm not looking for the what, the why, the how, the qualitative. Lovett says qualitative goes with open-ended questionnaires. Yes, it's also possible to use open-ended questionnaires. But if you decide to do an interview, it means you need an interview guide. Both are qualitative. Okay? All right. Cyber says, can Doc please repeat the mixed? Okay, I'll come there. No problem. So we get the qualitative part. Then the quantitative, you can decide to do an online poll, or you do a survey. You send a closed questionnaire to 500 business owners or shop owners. And you want to know the figures in terms of the hours. How many hours are they losing because of the load shedding? Okay? How much revenue are they losing because of the load shedding? You see, it's how much, how many. That's quantity, quantitative. And Lovett says, all right, Doc, thanks for the clarification. Most welcome. Now, another person will not go the qualitative, nor do they go for the quantitative, but they want both. Okay? You want both. So it is advisable, you can start, for example, with the quantitative. Okay? You start with the quantitative, whereby you do that survey with those 500 business owners, and then you want to build on it. You still want to get some more juice. You want depth. Yes, you got the figures of the hours they are losing. And you also got the figures of the drop in revenue due to the load shedding. But you still feel that is not enough. You want to understand the why, the how, the what. Now you come in with the interviews. So you started with the quantitative, then you do the qualitative. In other words, you using the quantitative and the qualitative, but focusing on one research question or one related or two or so related research questions. We call that mixed method research. I've also done some short videos on the channel where I was trying to explain qualitative and I was explaining quantitative, and then I was talking about mixed methods. I also did another video where I spoke about multi-methods. Then I did another video where I distinguished between mixed methods and multi-methods, because these tend to confuse people. But for the sake of this session tonight, Health Core, thank you for the rose, God bless you. For the session tonight, I'm not going to go into that depth. We already have it in the channel. You can watch those videos. George is saying, where are those videos? The videos are on this channel. So if you follow the Research Mentor Global, you're going to watch, there's so many videos that are going to completely make your life very easy. Okay, so just make sure you follow me. So we have given an example of the research design. You will realize when you watch the other videos that I have done, African scholars have not created anything replicating knowledge, nothing novel. It's not a correct statement. It's a blanket statement, which is unfortunately not correct. We have African scholars that are doing amazing things, very outstanding things. But to a certain extent, CC Pushi, thank you so much for the rose. God bless you. To a certain extent, when you compare the amount of research that we do in Africa compared to other countries, for sure, our research is below. We have less research. You see, for you to do research, you also need funding. For you to do research, you need to do funding. You need to get funding. So, you see, like, if those of you who know the kind of work I'm doing and the kind of videos I'm producing here, if I was producing content in a different genre, I'm telling you, I would be having brands coming to me and funding me because they are happy. Now, when you are doing research, nobody is coming to say, we want to fund you. We want to thank you for the work that you are doing. Nobody. Companies are not coming through. So that just shows you we have not yet respected research that much. And when you look at big organizations, they succeed because they have a research and development fund. They actually have a research and development department or unit. But in Africa, how many of those do we have? We are still evolving. So you have a point, but I wouldn't agree with you if you completely say all African scholars are not doing anything. No, there are some that are doing amazing things. How do you come up with a sample size for qualitative part in a mixed method study? Okay, that will be guided by your research questions. That should be guided by your research questions. You don't just decide by yourself. Your research questions are the one that determine. That's also something I have mentioned in some of my videos. Your research questions matter. They determine whether you're going to do qualitative or you're going to do quantitative. And they also sort of assist you in deciding the sample size. But in short, let me also say, as you are looking at other studies in your area, I don't want to simplify, because you see, I'm followed by people from all over. And I'm followed by people from different industries. Some are social scientists, some are physical scientists, some are, you get what I mean? So I don't want to simplify things and generalize things. But generally, when you talk of sample size, in most institutions, you can check what is the guide in your institution for qualitative study. So you will find another institution will say, apart from you, you are expected to justify why you chose a certain sample size, right? But it can begin with the guidelines from your department or your university. Some will say minimum of 10 for qualitative and minimum of 20 for quantitative. Others will say minimum 30 for quantitative and minimum 15 for qualitative. Others will say minimum 20 qualitative. One of the most important things you must remember for qualitative is that whatever figure you mention, you must also mention until saturation. You are not tying yourself to 10 or 15 or 20. Okay? So that's what I can say in general. Okay, so we spoke of step 1, which is the research design. Let's look at step 2. The participants and setting. The participants and setting. I'll try to answer some of these questions towards the end because I always love to come here with a structured presentation, because when I started doing my TikTok lives, I'll just come and I'll just chit chat, and I realized that by the time we are done, some viewers are wondering, what did we learn here? See, because we were just all over the place. So that's why you see, I try to stick to my plan for the day. Then after that, I can answer some questions, provided your questions are related to what we are learning today. And even with methodology, you can't finish everything. 2 weeks ago, we were looking at the foundation for methodology. Today, we are scratching the surface again. We are talking about writing the methodology chapter. But there is a lot more that comes. We can have another day where we just talk about data analysis. We can have another day where we just talk about ethics. We can have another day, you see, and also remember, I'm talking to different people here. We have academics that are writing research proposals. They are also benefiting from what we are saying here. They're just being reminded of things they already know. We have undergrads, we have honors, we have masters, we have PhD, you know, we have different people. We have professors that are just refreshing their minds. So at the end of the day, we need to have sort of a plan. So step number 2 in the 5-step foundation is the participants and the setting, the who and where. In other words, you have told us the research design, but that's not enough. We want to know who were your participants and where. That is, if it is a thesis, if you have already done the study. If you are writing a proposal or you're submitting a proposal, we want to know who are going to be your participants. Where are those people found? You need to be very clear. Who did you do this? Who did you study and where? Be specific. Let's look at some examples. I love practical examples. Let's look at a practical example, and this time we fly all the way to Kenya. We are in Kenya right now. Don't just say university students. Say the study involved 120 third-year undergraduate students from the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Nairobi. Does that make sense? You make it very clear. Don't just say university students in Kenya. Did you go to all of them? Or are you going to go to all of them? Is it feasible? Can it be done? But if you are specific, 120 third-year students, be clear. Because if you just say 120 students from the University of Nairobi, that's not clear enough. We want to know which department. Was it first year? Was it second year? Was it third year? Was it a few from first year, a few from second year, a few from third year? These are undergrads. If it is honors, mention honors. If it is masters, mention masters. If it is doctoral, mention what? Doctoral. Be specific. We want the figure. We want the level. We want the name of the university. We want the name of the department. Does that make sense to us? And the year of study. The study involved 120 third-year undergraduate students from the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Nairobi, recruited, Health Corps, thank you for the heart me, God bless you, recruited through departmental notices between March and April 2024. Umbilu, thank you for the heart me, God bless you. Participants were aged 20 to 24, with 70% male and 30% female representation. Dan K, thank you so much for that gift. God bless you. Did you see that? Maybe I should repeat it because, hey, I sit in panels and I see wonders when people are reporting. People are reporting. They are not specific. Instead of saying the study involved university students, say the study involved 120 third-year undergraduate students from the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Nairobi, recruited through departmental notices between March and April 2024. Participants were aged 20 to 24 with 70% male and 30% female representation. Done! Man! As an examiner, I'll be smiling. I know that you know your stuff. Good. Still under step 2, sampling is key. Sampling is key. Did you use random sampling? Like drawing names from a hat of all honors students at UNISA? Or you used purposive sampling? Deliberately seeking out specific people, like interviewing only female traditional healers in Limpopo province who have practiced for over 20 years. Do you hear this? Are you hearing this? Are you hearing? Very clear. Tell us why you chose that sample and why you chose the sampling criteria. The other day we were in a panel and a student was defending her proposal. Cash says, that is very true, said. Thank you. What's the appropriate sampling technique for a target organization that has 60 employees? You can't get an accurate answer. The question is, what is the study about? What are you looking at? Yes, your target organization has 60 employees, but what is the study all about? How to do a pilot study. Pilot study is easy. Pilot study is very easy. Mostly done when you are doing quantitative. You want to test the questionnaire or your research instrument. Look at it this way. Let's say you want to do a study. You want to send a closed questionnaire to 500 people. Or 100 people, let's say 100. You make your questionnaire, you don't do a pilot. You just send it to the 100 people. And then they struggle to understand your questions. What's going to happen to your study? Your study is not going to collect the best results. But if you say, okay, I want to do 100 participants, and I'm going to, first of all, do a pilot. It can be five participants. It can be 10 participants that complete the questionnaire. Those 5 or 10, when they are completing it, they are going to ask you questions. They'll say, what do you mean here? Here, don't you think you should have done this? Or as you are doing that, you are learning, then you improve on your research instrument, which you now use for the bigger number. That's the reason why we want a pilot. It's for your benefit. But one thing to remember is the participants that you involved in the pilot must not be involved in the final study. They are already out. We now want new people. Okay? Somebody says, rather say African scholars are mostly selfish and greedy, take decades in giving supervisory feedback. Lady T, thank you for the rose. God bless you. African scholars are mostly selfish and greedy, take decades in giving supervisory feedback. That sounds, I don't know, but I try to stay away from, racial statements, because I'm a global person, so I have clients across the world from different races. Marupeng, thank you for they hurt me. God bless you. So I try to stay away from that. I don't believe that African scholars can be said to be selfish and greedy. I think human beings, generally, you can have people from different races also being greedy. Let me not take time there. It's your opinion. Thank you for your opinion. Much appreciated. Literature review, next topic. Okay, you want us to do literature review. We did it twice or thrice, but we can do it again if you want. Zainab says, and also I realized that methodology chapter is different at the different, methodology chapter is different at different levels of academics. Thank you. Well done. Yes, because an undergrad's proposal or thesis is not the same as the one for honors. It's not the same as the one for masters. It's not the same as PhD. So it gets deeper and stronger as you go higher. Beautiful. Okay, if I look at all your questions, I'm not going to finish what I have here for you. That was number 2, ne? Remember to tell us the sample size. Remember to tell us your sampling criteria. Remember to justify why you chose them. So I was giving you an example where I was in a panel the other day, and there was this lady. I felt pity for her. She mentioned that her sample size is 10 participants. She didn't mention the study population. So I doubted her presentation, her defense, so I wanted to be sure. I didn't want to make any assumptions. So I raised my hand as the first examiner to ask questions. So I said, what's the figure for your study population? And she said 10. And the figure for your sample size, she also said 10. Already, we are going nowhere. It means she doesn't even know the difference between study population and sample size. When we say study population, we are saying the potential participants, all the potential participants. So for argument's sake, you are studying entrepreneurs in Soweto. Let's say small entrepreneurs, or maybe let's say micro entrepreneurs in Soweto. So for argument's sake, let's say the figure, according to one of the SETAs or one of the government departments, they say all the micro entrepreneurs in Soweto, for argument's sake, let's say they say there are 4,000. And you are carrying a study among the micro entrepreneurs in Soweto. So it means your study population is what? Is 4,000. Out of the 4,000, if you decide that you are going to interview 10 of them, that's your sample size. So I can't ask you, what's your study population? And you say 10. Then I say, what's your sample size? And you also say 10. I feel pain in my heart when I see that. It means many people don't understand the difference between a study population and a sample size. Then obviously I asked her some more questions and she was just more and more confused. I could tell most likely somebody wrote the proposal for her or AI wrote the proposal for her. Be very careful. Anyway, it's a story for another day. But those are things that pain me because we talk about them many times. I do a lot of videos. Every day I post 3 or 4 videos on my channel. That's a lot of time that I dedicate and nobody pays me for that. But it's just my heart to transform people. And when I see people in panels, they don't know simple things that we are talking about every day on the channel. It's very painful. So that's why I appreciate people like you who take time to come here and we talk. Step number 3. So we said step number 1 is the research design. Step number 2, we said is what? Let me see in the comment section. Let me see who is following. Step number 2 was what? I'm waiting. Step number 2. Tap the screen, share the live. Participants and setting. Thank you. Yeah, people are listening. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Somebody says we must not abuse AI. Thank you. Participants and setting. Beautiful. That was number 2. Number 3, data collection tools. Data collection tools. Wisdom. Thank you for the rose. God bless you. Data collection tools. I hope you are writing your notes. The how. the how. How did you get the data? Thank you. Thank you so much. Step 1, research design. Step 2, participants and setting. Step 3, data collection tools. The how. What instruments did you use to gather your information? Please, I want you to understand, because we have people at different levels. Some of you, when I say, what instruments did you use? I'm assuming you are at thesis level. You have already collected data. Okay? If you are at proposal level, we are saying, what instruments do you intend to use? Okay? What instruments are you going to use? That's for the proposal. For the thesis, what instruments did you use? Okay? So I hope we are not confusing anyone. Let's look at questionnaires. Questionnaires. This is how you write if you use the questionnaires. Be specific. Don't just say, I distributed questionnaires. What do you mean? You haven't said anything. We are still waiting. We are still waiting, bro. A self-administered questionnaire adapted from the Global Entrepreneur Monitor was used with a 5-point Likert scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. Do you see what we are doing here? We are being specific. Type in the comment section, specific. Type specific. Don't just say, I used questionnaire. Which questionnaire did you use, my friend? Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see specific. Yeah? I will repeat it. You use the questionnaire. Tell us exactly what you did. Okay? A self-administered questionnaire adapted. You are telling us where you got it. Because sometimes you are the one who made it. Sometimes you adapted it from certain authors. You need to tell us that. We also have some people that steal other people's instruments. But they don't know it's stealing. They just go to a journal article or a textbook. They see a questionnaire there, and they take it. They use it for themselves. It's dangerous. If you use a questionnaire that was used by other people, you must cite it. Thank you so much. Wow, people are listening. I used questionnaires and used the 4 to 5 Likert scale. My questionnaires were all over the place. You see now? You see now? Thank you for mentioning that. So a self-administered questionnaire adapted from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor was used with a 5-point Likert scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. Let's look at an interview guide. We can't finish all of them, but at least what I'm trying to arrive at tonight is your methodology must be interview guides. Semi-structured interviews were conducted using a guide with 10 open-ended questions, exploring themes of cultural identity and social media use among youth in Windhoek, Namibia. You get that? Semi-structured interviews were conducted using a guide with 10 open-ended questions, exploring themes of cultural identity and social media use among youth in Windhoek, Namibia. Do you see how specific that is? People don't have to be asking you a lot of questions, right? Let's look at observation. You see, some are busy networking, asking each other, where are you? What are you doing? I don't really have a problem with that, but I hope you are listening to what we are talking about. Observation. So we spoke about questionnaire. We looked at an example of interview guides. Observation is number 3. Non-participant observation was used over 2 weeks at the Accra market, focusing on vendor-customer negotiation tactics. Let me repeat that. Observation. Non-participant observation was used over 2 weeks at the Accra market, focusing on vendor-customer negotiation tactics. Do you see that? It's very clear. Okay? It's very clear. Good. Let's look at number 4, document analysis. Policy documents from the South African Department of Basic Education 2015 to 2023 were analyzed using thematic analysis. Francis, thank you for the rose. God bless you. Good. Did you hear that? Let me repeat. Document analysis example. Policy documents from the South African Department of Basic Education 2015 to 2023. Do you see? It's specific, guys. Not just policy documents. We analyzed policy documents from the government. Ah, man. What are you saying? Policy documents from where? From South African Department of Basic Education. From which year to which year? 2015 to 2023 were analyzed. How? Using thematic analysis. You get that? Beautiful stuff. That was number 3. Number 3, we looked at what? I know we have number 1, we have number 2. What did we look at in number 3? Can you type in the comment section? Lady T says, yo, I need to rewrite my methodology chapter. Okay, I am not sure I would want to advise you to rewrite data collection tools. That was number 3. Beautiful. So Lady T, Osu, thank you. Wisdom, thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. So remember, I'm just giving you some examples, but I'm not saying that's all you must put in the methodology chapter. There is much more you need to put in. So I don't want you to go and restart your chapter because we have mentioned these things and you feel like, oh, you have done nothing. Okay? It's easier. If you have a little bit of cash, you can link up with me, then I will review your chapter for you. I can write a detailed review of your methodology chapter. That can help you more. Rather than just restarting the chapter, who knows, maybe you have already written it well, but I think for you to comment this way, you know what you're talking about. I'm sure you have seen that there are some things that are missing, okay? But I'm not here to discourage you guys. I'm here to encourage you, okay? If what we are talking about is helping you to see that, let me restart my chapter, why not? But if you also want me to review the chapter for you and give you an examiner type of a review report, I will do that. But that will be for a fee. When you DM me, don't say, I know some people, they say, oh, I know you are such a good person. Guys, feel pity for me. I'm doing videos for you. I'm doing lives for you. Now you want me to review your chapters, review your proposal, review your thesis. Do you know how many messages I get per day? I will end up not doing anything else in life. I'll just be reviewing things for free and I can't even work. So that will not happen. Beautiful. Number 4. So remember number 3, we said what? Data collection tools, the how. Number 4 is data collection procedure. Number 3 was what? Data collection what? Tools. Is it bad to have qualifications from the same country? I don't think so. I don't think so. Obviously, it depends on which country you are from. What's the reputation of the education in your country? If your country or the country where you are is not respected, surely you want to get education from other countries as well. That's what I can say. Now, step 4 is data collection procedure, the play-by-play. I call it the play-by-play, data collection procedure. Right? So let me try to give you the recipe. Let's write an example. First, ethical clearance was obtained from the University of Botswana Ethics Committee, reference UB 12345. Then I visited 3 senior secondary schools in Gaborone. I met with principals, distributed consent forms To students and parents, excuse me, those who returned the signed forms assembled in the hall, I administered the questionnaire myself, explaining each section. The process took about 30 minutes per group. All data was collected over 3 weeks. Now, this is a super simplified example. I don't want you to write like this. Please don't write I like this. I'm just simplifying it. This helps you especially when you are defending. And usually, even in the panel, we don't want you to say I. We want you to say the researcher. We want you to say, when the researcher did this, the researcher did this, the researcher did this. Okay, let me see if I can invite Dr. Pata. I have sent an invitation to Dr. Pata. There's something we want to... Dr. Pata is such an amazing young man. I'm sure you saw his video on the channel where he was testifying that I supervised him when he was doing honors. Back then, was it when was that? 2014, 2015? I can't remember. Maybe he remembers. Now he's a PhD holder and he's a lecturer at one of the big universities in Africa. So Dr. Pata is gonna be my guest. Guys, Dr. Pata is my guest next week on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central African time, and we will be talking financial freedom for students. Hey, let me hear in the comment section, is anybody interested? The reason why I've done this is some of you requested that I should start teaching financial intelligence for students. You will see that there is a playlist on the channel where I have a few videos on financial intelligence. Oh, good. Interested. Yes, interested. Can't wait. Time, Doctor, 7 p.m. Central African time on Tuesday next week. I'll be live with Dr. Pata. It's going to be amazing. Dr. Pata, you missed out on point number 4. Don't worry, we will repeat it. I just saw Dr. Pata, name there, so that's why I decided to invite him. And I see he's already up here. We'll come back to our presentation. I don't know his program today. He might be going somewhere. He might just be watching us for a moment. So I just wanted him to unmute himself and greet us and tell us a little bit about some of the things he has done, so that when he comes on the platform on Tuesday, my God, it's going to be something else. He's a humble man. I know he may not want to tell you some of the things he's doing and he has done. Apart from being a lecturer, well, he studied accounting and finance. So apart from being a lecturer, some things he will say by himself. But one thing I know is he is pushing a lot on financial freedom. He has gone on almost all the radio stations in Botswana. He has been on television. I think he is now even a television host there. Dr. Pata, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So nice to have you, man.
Yes, I was just passing by and then I saw that you are just live and said, okay, let me check on you.
Beautiful. Good to have you, man. Tell the people what's going to be happening on Tuesday next week.
On Tuesday next week, firstly, is not a session to miss because we are going to be unpacking a lot of information that's going to change your life. Even though you are not a student or what, financial literacy is for everybody. Whether a student, you are self-employed, you are employed somewhere, you are running your business, everybody needs financial literacy. So on Tuesday, we are going to be unpacking all the elements of financial literacy to everybody who is going to be joining. Because as you have already said, Dr. Wilbert has already said, I do a lot on finances. I've been going to different radio stations, even the television, and being a host in Botswana television, and then leaving that program because I had a lot of things to do, and then I decided to quit the television presentation task. But I'm also running an online school right now, which is JP Global Business Institute. We are offering online courses. We do mentorship. We do financial coaching for individuals, groups, team building. It is all about personal development. We do anything about personal development. So watch out. Let's see you on Tuesday. Don't miss the opportunity. Thank you very much. I was just passing by. I'm having another meeting.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes, you too.
Okay. Marupeng and Mina, thank you for your gifts. May God bless you. So let's go back to our step number 4. Step number 4. Tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. Step number 4, data collection procedure, the play-by-play. Okay, so I was giving you an example to say, for example, first ethical clearance was obtained from the University of Botswana Ethics Committee. Reference, Umama, thank you so much, God bless you. Ref UB12345, this is just an example. Then I visited 3 senior secondary schools in Gaborone. I met with principals, distributed consent forms to students and parents. Those who returned signed forms assembled in the hall. I administered the questionnaire myself, explaining each section. The process took about 30 minutes per group. All data was collected over 3 weeks. Then I was saying, we don't expect you to write like this. This is just a simplified example of how you should be able to answer your methodology when you are asked. So for example, you are defending your proposal or your thesis. And the examiners or the panel members say, tell us the data collection procedure. You can answer the same way that I've just given you. It needs to be on your fingertips. You did it, isn't it? It's not AI that did it. You did it, my friend. If you did it, you should be able to say it like this in minute details, including the number for ethical clearance. Okay? Step number 5, data analysis. Now we want you to make sense of all. Data analysis. What did you do with the data once you had it? This is another section where I see many people, they just write it anyhow. They don't realize it's very important. You collected data, well done. So you had research tools, well done. You had research procedure, well done. What did you do with the data? Or what did you do with the data? So for quantitative, which is numbers, quantitative, survey data was entered into SPSS version 28. Let me be quiet a bit so that it sinks. We even want to know the version of the SPSS that you used. Was it version 27? Was it version 26? The older ones? Was it version 28? Tell us. Mina says, I'm stuck with data analysis. Okay, so if you are stuck with data analysis, there are 2 things you can do. Either you get someone to guide you. I do that. I guide people on data analysis. I sit with you. We have meetings. You start by sending me your draft. What have you done? Okay, I review it. Then I send you my thoughts. So Rumbizoyasha says, SPSS version 28. Yeah, Jesus is Lord. You made me laugh. Very important, eh? So we want the specifics. When you just say, I used SPSS, you haven't said anything. In the panel, we are even wondering whether you used SPSS. When you write your proposal and you say you are going to use SPSS, you haven't said anything. Which version? Yes, and their versions. I remember doing my undergrad, I indicated I used SPS, but honestly, I didn't know what that was. So with undergrad, you can get away with it. We understand you are still young, so this version thing, we are not too much fussy about it. For undergrad, we can let it go. Even honors, to a certain extent, we are not. But masters, PhD, PhD, don't try it. You don't know the version, you're joking. It's not acceptable. Paula says, yes, version SPSS 3.0. However, this might change based on the upgrades. Yes, even if it's upgraded, which one did you use? So the same applies even for qualitative. Don't just say, I used thematic analysis. Yes, you used thematic analysis. Did you use any software? You want us to ask you, why don't you just tell us, I also used the NVivo, version this. I used the Atlas TI for qualitative, version this. Just tell us. Abatum. Be specific. So the message tonight is be what? Be specific. Don't beat about the bush. I'm using Mascara for quali and Starter 17 for quanti. Good. Masters, we are in trouble. Masters is the one that is in trouble, not you. Angola is in the house. Wow. The only tool is SPSS for data analysis. No, it's not the only one. You see, did you see the other examples we are getting up there? Somebody is saying they are using Mascara for quali and Starter 17 for quanti. And qualitative, you can also use NVivo, you can use Atlas TI. There are many others these days, even with AI versions or combination of AI and traditional. Right? Mashezi says, Et Rumbizo, I'm figuring it now. Yes, let's figure it. You see, the idea is the next time you are defending your proposal, you must sound like somebody who knows what they are doing because of the conversations we are doing here. Because sometimes we don't learn this in school. Can I tell you something? I have never sat in class where I was taught research proposal. Will you believe that? And even as a senior lecturer, in the past 13 years, I've never taught research. What I'm teaching you is from my experience as a supervisor, as an external examiner, through my own research, and how I did it in masters and how I did it in PhD and what I learned from my supervisors, put all that together and a lot of research, and then writing checklists, guides, and books. So you keep on developing yourself. So when you listen to me, you think I teach research in university. I don't. Okay? I don't teach research. I've never taught research, unless maybe I taught when I was asleep. Okay, so what am I trying to say? It doesn't mean that I'm smarter than you. It doesn't mean that, maybe I sat in a class somewhere and they taught me these things. No. So some of you, the way you are asking questions, that curiosity, you are already picking, you are learning one thing today, one thing tomorrow, one thing. Before you know it, you will now talk like a guru. Yeah, SPSS stands out for quantitative. Yes, you are right. Rumbizo says, thank you, doctor. Honestly, I'm only learning about all these things here. You are God sent. I appreciate that. Thank you, Rumbizo. Iane, thank you for the heart me. God bless you. What is the importance of the panel to know about the version of data analysis tools? Okay. You see, the tool that you have used matters. Lani, thank you so much. God bless you. The tool that you have used, remember, it's scientific research. What you have done. If I do what you have done, I must get almost the same results that you got. So if you are not specific, I can't do what you are saying you have done. Nobody can do what you are saying you have done unless you are very specific. So the versions differ. As they are upgraded, they will be different. So when you tell us the version you have used and we look at your results, we should be able to see that it's telling. Because people can lie. I know people in this room today are no liar. When I look at your faces, I don't see anybody lying here. Okay. So we said quantitative, I gave you an example. Survey data was entered into SPSS version 28. Descriptive statistics, In brackets, frequencies, percentages, means were calculated to test the hypothesis. A Pearson's correlation analysis was run. Specific. Very specific. So, those of you struggling with data analysis, number one, you can get someone to review. Thank you, Francis. God bless you. You can get someone to review. Or you actually get someone, an expert, to do the data analysis for you. That one is permitted. But the person who does the data analysis for you, my team and I, we do data analysis as well. Qualitative, quantitative, mixed methods. But what we avoid is we don't write the chapter for you. It's illegal and it's unethical. But to get someone to do data analysis for you, it's allowed. There are times when in the panel can actually say, this data was not analyzed properly. So we actually recommend that the student should look for an expert to analyze the data for them. It's ethical, it's legal. But what is illegal is for that person to analyze your data and then they write the chapter for you. I'm against that. We are against that. That's why at Research Mentor Global, we don't write for students. We will never write for you, but we will guide you. We will tell you what to do. We will tell you how to write. We can even give you examples of how to write, but the writing is done by you. Because at the end of the day, we want you to be empowered. We want you to be able to answer during the defense. Guess what? It's not just about the defense, guys. Can I tell you something? Do you know when I completed PhD, one guy that I was working with, he saw me struggling and doing, collecting data and all that. He saw it happening. But when I was done and when I graduated, he said to me, congratulations, bro. May you please share with me the PDF version of your dissertation. He is somebody who is very critical. I sent him the dissertation. He came to me and he shook my hand. He said, yeah. Man, you are a PhD. What if I had passed, but my PhD was just, my dissertation was, you see, people will start talking. Do you know that your degree can be revoked after years? Yes. If something is found to have been dodgy about your degree. Anyway, we'll talk about it one day in my videos. So that's an example of quantitative. Let's look at qualitative. Here you are sort of telling a story. Okay? Remember, we're on step 5, right? Data analysis, making sense of it all. We have looked at quantitative, which is the numbers. Now qualitative, words or stories. All interviews were transcribed verbatim. The transcripts were then imported into NVivo software, analyzed using Braun and Clark's thematic analysis. Don't just say, I did thematic analysis. Which one? Braun and Clark's thematic analysis. This involved repeated reading, generating initial codes and grouping codes into broader themes like economic anxiety and resilience strategies. You see, when you have done it and you know the procedure that you followed and you did the data analysis, or maybe somebody did the data analysis for you, helped you with the interpretation, but you wrote the chapter and you read the chapter and read it so you understand what you did. That's all we are saying. Okay, that was step number 5. Part 3. So part 1, part 2, part 3. We're coming to the end now. The non-negotiable ethics. Now here is what I've seen. Most students don't think that ethics is important. The ethics chapter, they just write anyhow. Friend, don't try it. Don't try it. Now I understand it means to ensure consistency. Thank you, Ahmed. I appreciate that. Are you able to share the notes you're reading, Doc? Unfortunately, I won't be able to share them. because sometimes these are the notes that I can end up developing into a guide, for example. So it's like intellectual property. So I won't be able to share them with you. Sometimes I use them for coaching. Yeah. So I try to put different examples and what together, which I use for different things. Mrs. Thank you. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much for that gift. I appreciate it. God bless you. How do we contact you? So if you go into my bio, you will see a link. If you click that link, there is a link tree. The link tree has almost, like it has my WhatsApp link. You click that link, you are already in my WhatsApp. You have already sent me a message. It will also give you a link to my TikTok, a link to my YouTube channel, a link to my LinkedIn profile and everything. So you can reach me. If you just click the link in my bio, it will take you where you can choose any of those. It can also take you to my website where you can get my checklist, my guides, my books and stuff like that. But sometimes, it's not everybody who understands when I say click the link in the bio. It can be difficult for some people, so you can DM me. DMing, I may not be able to respond quickly because I have a very tight schedule, but I will still respond. I will respond to everybody who DMs me. When you DM me, please don't just say hi or hello, okay? I'm very busy, so if you say hi, I won't respond. I want you to be serious. Hi, I've watched your videos, or I listened to you during this, or you just say, hi, I'm doing masters and I need help with this. You see what I mean? Some people say hi, they want me also to respond hi, and then I ask them, how can I help you? You say, I'm wasting time, you are wasting time. Just tell me why you are coming through. If you want to appreciate me for what I'm doing, great stuff. If you want to ask a question, just go straight, you ask your question, like that. Even in the WhatsApp, don't just say hi, I won't respond, I'm sorry. Yeah, because time is life, right? Time is life. Good. Part 3, the non-negotiable ethics. This is not a separate step. It's working together. They are working togetherness. Okay? Actually, the ethics is the air that you breathe. You must mention ethics. Let me give you a story. A colleague researching vulnerable children in Uganda, before a single question was asked, her proposal went before an ethics board. She had to explain how she had gotten informed consent from guardians, ensure confidentiality using pseudonyms like Participant A, and provide debriefing and counseling referrals if interviews brought up trauma. Your research should do no harm, period. Always state that you received ethical approval. Now, there are some students that are in a hurry. They don't want to wait for ethical approval. They just go ahead and start collecting data without ethical approval. That's very, very, very dangerous. Never do it. You remember was it 2 weeks ago when I was telling you that I'm here talking to you, okay, as a researcher. Right now, as I'm speaking, I just finished a proposal for a study that we are carrying out with another lady. Then there is another study that we are doing with one lady in the UK, another in Zimbabwe, another one in Botswana, another one in Namibia, and myself representing South Africa. That's a different study. So because I'm representing South Africa, I'm representing South Africa through one institution. So I had to submit an ethical approval to that institution in South Africa. So I follow the same stages that you guys follow for ethical approval. Do you believe that? So you think that academics are wicked people because they want you to suffer. You have to write the research instrument. You have to write the proposal. You submit. Then it goes. Even us as academics, we have doctors and professors here. Okay? We have master's holders. We have lecturers in here that can attest to what I'm saying. We follow the same route that you guys follow because it's scientific research. So it's not like it's only you who does this. Even ourselves, you can, where I am right now, I've written proposals before. You send them to the committee. You send them to the committee. Sometimes I sit in that committee. So I have a proposal that comes to the committee. So when my proposal is serving, I'm not allowed to talk. They will be discussing, yeah, this proposal, yeah, it's okay on this and this, but why is this and this like this? And I'm listening, and I'm not allowed to talk because I'm the owner of that proposal. Then they will say, we are returning this proposal to Dr. Mutoko and his team. But I'm also part of the panel. So I sit there looking at proposals by other academics and by students, and I also have my own proposals. Sometimes they go through, say, this is well written. But sometimes they will question certain things. Go and write here, go and change here, go and change here. And I go and change until I get to the level of ethical approval. So when you understand that research is scientific, you will not take things personal. I'm telling you, I'm still writing proposals until today, and I will continue writing proposals for research. The fact that I'm done with masters, I'm done with PhD, doesn't mean I'm done with everything. I still write proposals, I still do studies, and I need ethical approval. How dare you? You just want to start your study without ethical approval. Don't try it. Okay. Part 4, bringing it home, a unified example. Maybe I should have said a little bit more on ethics. I had a story, true story, of a student that submitted their dissertation in 2018. In 2024, 6 years later, their degree was revoked. Why? It's because another student submitted that same dissertation, everything, same methodology, same everything, only difference of names. That student submitted their dissertation in 2014. Please don't ask me how. I don't know how. Somebody submitted 2014, 2018, somebody submitted the same dissertation exactly as it is. The supervisor didn't see it. The examiners didn't see it. 6 years later, 2024, there was a complaint that was lodged. I don't know how it happened. The degree was revoked. It means you have put your university in shame. The supervisor who supervised that student also lost his job. Please type in the comment section, ethics. 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 Is there a need to consult a statistician as a PhD student for analysis? If you are good at it, don't worry, do it by yourself. If you are not sure, you need to definitely consult a statistician. If you know nothing about data analysis at all, then you definitely have to hire a statistician. Here in South Africa, a good statistician will charge you anything from 50 to 100,000 rands. So those of you who are intending to consult a statistician, get ready. Anything from 50 to 100,000 rands, depending on the gravity of the work that you're doing. Likona says, I wonder what I was thinking when I enrolled myself for masters in full dissertation. You were thinking well, and don't be afraid. You see, the difference between you, Likona, and many others is that you are paying the price. You see, right now, you could be watching comedy, and there's nothing wrong with comedy. Right now, you could be asleep, but you decided to come to this room. You decided to join this life, to learn and get inspired. So that's why I'm saying, yes, for now, it looks like, why did I do it? Why did I even start it? You are not alone. I once thought like that when I was a student. And there are people in this room right now that are also thinking, why did I even start? I have many mentees across the world that come to me and say, Dr. Mutoko, I don't know why I put me and myself in this problem. Why did I even enroll in the first place? And I calm them down. By the time I'm done reviewing their work, by the time I work with them, they are now smiling. They realize, oh, I was about to give up because of what I didn't know. So guidance sometimes is what we lack. So don't give up. Doctor, can I have your contacts? Okay, my contacts are in the link in the bio. But let me just see if I can. See if I can put my number here. Oh, do I even? Oh my God. Yeah, but I want you guys to learn to go to the link in the bio. Ne? Go to the link in the bio, or you DM me and we take it from there. I like that intellectual property. Yes, thank you. Intellectual property is very, very serious. Because you see, we spend years and years studying. We spend years and years gathering experience. So at a certain stage, you should be able to let people pay for it. Welcome to the club, sweetie. I love that. I need an expert for analyzing mixed method approach with SPSS and Vivo. Yeah, you can DM me or you can click the link in the bio and our team can help you. Do you need to specify the version of tool or software used? Yes, definitely. SPSS version 27, SPSS version 28, and Vivo version, that, very important. Yes, he indicated that earlier. I guess everything needs to be specified. Yes. Is there a need to consult a statistician? Yes. Doctor, I would like to know how to write literature analytically. That is my problem. Just talk to me. Click the link in the bio or DM me and we take it from there. Guys, when you DM me or you click the link, just know that you are going to pay money. Okay? If you want free things, come for the live. You want free things, watch my videos. I'll be very happy to help. But the moment I start helping you one-on-one, definitely you will have to pay. Otherwise, I won't even have the energy and the clothes to come and present to you. You see, I also need to get some money. Whoever is comparing researchers and AI must be insane. You can't compare, okay? Do you sit in the TUT committee? Yes. Not only TUT, many institutions. Agreed, ethical clearance is non-negotiable, even for other research types apart from PhD. Yes, that's why I was saying, even for myself. Like right now, I'm waiting for ethical clearance for a study that a proposal that we have submitted. Okay. Yes, I'm doing research on injury and some. Okay, let's finish off part 4, bringing it home. Let's look at a South African example. Exploring coping mechanisms, that's the topic. Exploring coping mechanisms of street vendors during municipal evictions in Johannesburg, Joburg. Okay, I think everybody knows Joburg. Just an assumption. The design can be qualitative using a case study approach. Remember, we are now using that framework which I gave you, the 5-step foundation. So number 1 is design, qualitative using a case study approach. Then participants and setting, 15 street vendors. And I need to be specific, 15 street vendors, 8 women, 7 men, operating on Bree Street, Johannesburg. See how specific I am? Selected through purposive sampling for their experience of at least one eviction. One eviction. That's the inclusion-exclusion criteria. I'm sure you have heard your supervisor talk about inclusion and exclusion. So the number 1, design. Number 2, participants. Number 3, data collection tool. In-depth, semi-structured interview guide translated into isiZulu and Sesotho. Okay? Number 4, procedure. Data collection procedure. After ethical clearance from Wits University and consent, interviews were conducted in a private room at a nearby community center, audio recorded, with each lasting 45 to 60 minutes. Field notes were taken. Beautiful. And then analysis, data analysis. Thematic analysis was conducted on interview transcripts. Key themes that emerged were informal solidarity networks, mobile communication as alert systems, and legal literacy as a barrier. And then the ethics emphasize anonymity, that people's names will not come out, voluntary participation, nobody was forced, and offering participants a summary of findings. Okay, so in closing, your methodology is not a mystery. We have believed that methodology is a mystery, but it shouldn't be. It's a clear, logical story of your process, your design, your who or where, how, play by play, how you made sense of it, which is data analysis, all wrapped in ethical practice. Don't try to sound overly complex. Clarity is king. Clarity is king. Be so detailed that a student in Lagos or a professor in Leeds could pick your methodology and exactly replicate your study. That's the goal. So next session, we might be thinking of choosing between qualitative and quantitative, or using mixed methods, or talking about data analysis and stuff like that. But guess what? Next week, we are talking about financial freedom, financial literacy with Dr. Joshua Pata on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central African Time. Thank you for your time. We wanted to be here exactly 1 hour, 30 minutes. Unfortunately, we have exceeded time, and I still have a lot of questions here. I think some of the questions, guys, you will have to ask them, either you DM or you ask them under the different videos that I've done on the channel. If you have not yet followed me, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please follow, like, share, and comment. I love you. That's why I do these lives. Pray for me. I'm praying for you. God bless you, and have a blessed night.